Check it out, I swapped out the 1190 for the little teeny tiny 390 Duke with some Bridgestone AX41 tires. And I thought I'd go play in the snow. I can see it right up there on the top of the ridge, so if we can't get to it over here, it should be just a simple drive up and over the next ridge until we find it. But I'm curious, this bike is super, super light. So I found in the sand, because this bike was so light, it was having trouble getting traction in the rear. So I'm curious to see how it's going to handle in the snow. Anyway, stay tuned. It's going to be fun. This little 390 Duke has been an absolute blast. I've got about 5,000 miles on it in the last year that I've owned it. So this bike was a phenomenal investment. I picked the bike up for $3,000 and it gets over 50 miles to the gallon. And the replacement parts on it are stupid cheap as compared to my 1190. And as far as power goes, I mean, this 390 does a really, really good job. I mean, we're cruising up this road here at 60 miles an hour. It's light, it's flickable, you know, other people can touch the ground. I really don't care if I can touch the ground or not, but other people can touch the ground. On a grade such as this, right now, I'm pinned open, I'm starting to slow down, so I am going to have to kick it down into 5th gear in order to ramp it back up again. And even when I kick it down, it doesn't zoom past the traffic as fast as some of the other bikes I've got, but it does a good job. It gets back up to speed, shifts it back into 6th gear. The amazing thing about the 390 motor is it's so, I want to say versatile, in the fact that it really feels much like that CB500X that I was on. It's even faster than the CB500X. My top speed on this has been well over 100, right at about 110, which is significant. It doesn't weigh a whole lot, so when I'm up doing fun little adventure things like this, it's not a lot of work to throw around or to even pick up the whole back end and move it completely around to the other side. For somebody on a budget, this is a really phenomenal little bike. Now, the one thing I am disappointed about on this 390 is the build quality. It is nowhere close to the build quality of my Austrian bikes. My 450 EXC, 950 Super Enduro, 1190 Super Adventure R. Those bikes all have really, really strong build quality. And this thing, you can tell that the materials were not made in Austria. You can tell that they were made in India. I mean, the majority of this bike's held together with Phillips head screws, which is really, really strange. I've had 2 fuel failures so far where the gasket just dries out and cracks. I think it's a combination of not a very good quality rubber with our California gasoline, which is garbage anyway. But I often get asked how I like it. Like, how could you ride that little 390 when you have an 1190 or a 950 or, you know, a 1200 GS? And it's like, yeah, it's just a different tool in the toolbox. And it's a really, really fun tool as well. I mean, you can rip this thing around hooligan style, have fun with it. You can cruise the highway at 80 miles an hour. You can get over 50 miles per gallon. Cal Fire. Coming from those bigger bikes, getting that better fuel mileage is huge. I figure by the end of this 2nd year of ownership, riding the other bigger bikes, we'll have paid the total purchase price of this little machine. It's pretty phenomenal. All the snow is gone over on Marshall Peak. We gotta go higher, guys. Guys, we have made it. This here is a parking lot of snow that I went sledding with my kids at last year. I'm gonna see if I can't push this guy on his knobby tires through the parking lot there. It'll be an interesting little test, as that snow is about as deep as the skid plate is, actually deeper than the skid plate. Let's give it a shot. Ready? That's it. No kickstand needed. Oh. Let's see if we can't push it a little bit further. Oh, that's awesome. Alright. Well, if this isn't like a little boy playing in a mud puddle, I don't know what is. Buddy, almost there. Almost there. You can do it. You can do it. All right. All right, now it's time to get back down the mountain to finish my day's work. Got that out of balance sensation again on the wheels. It's all that snow that's packed into the spokes around the hub and out to the center of the rim. And there you have it, the Bridgestone AX41s on a 2016 KTM 390 Duke. This Duke is such a fun little bike. I really love it. And if you're on the fence on whether you're going to get a bigger bike that's heavier, taller, you can't touch the ground on versus a little Duke to begin with, I highly recommend this little bike as a perfect starter bike. At lower RPMs, it's gentle as a kitten, and higher RPMs, you can actually scream down the freeway with the best of them. Best of both worlds. Well, that's what I've got for you today. Hope you like this little fun lunchtime video up here in the mountains, playing in the snow on the 390. Kind of like a kid playing with mud pies or mud puddles. Just never gets old. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, if you like what you saw, if you thought it was fun, entertaining, whatever, I do weird shit like this all the time. If you learned something about the 390 Duke, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you can be part of the notification squad. All these trucks have chains on them coming up. I was just told by a local resident that it's snowing like mad right up there on top of the mountain, and he requested that I didn't go up there. So anyway, that's not the reason we're coming down. We're coming down because we still have a half a day of work to finish up. So there you have it. Alright guys, love you. Talk to you later. Peace.